this video will help you to understand Jupiter's dissemination, Jupiter's meaning, Jupiter's value, and how Jupiter will help you go in the right direction in the Navamsa, in the D9 chart, in each of the 12 houses. This is a precursor video to that video.
Please like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and please press the bell icon so that you get to know when my latest video has come. And to learn more and to find a video relevant to you, please do check out my videos list.
Hello, namaskar and adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. We have been doing this series of planets placed in different houses in the Navamsa, and this is one video which I had not done, which is Jupiter placed in the 12 houses in the Navamsa. I had done Jupiter placed in the different signs. Somebody reminded me, I don't remember whether I had put up a video of Jupiter in the 12 houses in the Navamsa, whether it was taken down or I took it down because of the bad quality of voice, whatever. But anyways, so this is a very important video. Now remember, this is not the video of Jupiter in the 12 houses in the Navamsa, in the first house, in the second house, in the third house. This is a video of me trying to tell you how to look at the next video which I'll be coming out with Jupiter in the 12 houses in the Navamsa, because many times when I do a video of a planet placed in the 12 houses in the Navamsa and I give the first introduction, the first 2-3 minutes is how to see your respective position. People just don't go through the first 2-3 minutes, they directly run to the timestamp. Where is my timestamp? Where is the Jupiter in the 4th house? Where is Jupiter in the 6th house in the D9 chart or in any house? And they run to that. So when I look at the overall time duration per viewer, I see that it is coinciding to just the part of planet place in a certain house. I want greater time to be seen so that I know you are looking at the first part of the video also, which is most important for you to truly understand how to read your placement in the Navamsa. If you're directly running to the timestamp, because there are certain things, how to understand the placement. That I can't repeat for every subpart. Jupiter in the first house, I can't repeat the same thing. Jupiter in the second house, I can't. So I've said this in my earlier video also. So this is a video I'm going to tell you how to understand a planet, specifically Jupiter in the Navamsa. Extremely important, specifically to know whether you will be wise in your decision making. You will be wise when you reach forks in your life. You will be wise when you have to decide which direction to take, who to marry, whether to take up a promotion or not, what vocation to take up, whether to sell your house or not, whether to divorce somebody or not, whether to go abroad or not. It's very, very important. What is a wiser thing to do? So Jupiter, as we know, is also planet of prosperity. Its placement in a certain house in the Navamsa will also tell you the greater probability, whether there is probability of you being able to attract more prosperity, where it is coming from. But if you don't understand its true meaning, the overall meaning, how will you be able to understand and utilize its true strength? That's why I'm doing this video, through which you'll be able to understand what Jupiter's placement in the Navamsa means. Why is this very important? Because Jupiter is about situational wisdom. Jupiter is not wisdom all the time. So in a particular situation, in a particular decision making, how wise are you? This is not practical decision making. This is wise situational decision making. In this situation, which is better for me? And Jupiter is not what is practical now. Mercury is what is practical for me now. I want peace now. I want happiness now. What serves me now? Whether this decision is going to help me now, whether buying this property now is important, and within the 1 or 2, 3 years. Jupiter is a long-term perspective. Jupiter is looking at not only now, but more it is looking at 10, 15, and 20 years or the entire life. For example, whether to marry this person or not is a lifelong decision. Mercury looks at numbers. It doesn't seem practical now. This person seems to be from my country, speaks my language, is good looking, is educated, works in a certain industry which will give her good money, seems to be gelling with me well. Done. I will marry this person. Jupiter will take a long-term decision whether this person has those faults which I just can't stand, will push your hot buttons and will check long term. So if somebody wants to marry you because you are in a very good situation in life, you are doing very well in terms of money, in terms of designation and all, you like the person a lot. In fact, you may be loving the person. So you love the person and you go and tell the person, see, I'm very successful and I have this good house, this good designation and all. So, and I like you, I love you, why don't you, marry me? Now the person may not love you, but see that you love her and you are successful, so the person marries you. But her decision is purely practical in the situation today. Now, if for some reason, after 2 years, 3 years, you go through downturn, your business falters, you have some challenges, geopolitical challenges, economical challenges, your industry suffers, you come down, you don't earn that much, you have to sell the house. Now, how is that woman looking at you? So was it a wise decision for you to approach somebody just because you love the person and then give a practical reason why she should marry you? Not looking long term, if the situation falters, if I go through a downturn, will this person stand by me? So if you have not checked that situation at the start, you will be the most unhappy person when the situation is bad for you, because this woman will not be able to stand up to you or stand up with you, support you, because this person will think, oh, I thought I have a good life, everything seems to be looking very good. This guy is not able to cope, so I was cheated. And you will be very sad because you truly love the person and the person may even choose to leave you. I'm just giving you a hypothetical situation, may or not happen. The person may be willing to support you, but wise counsel or wise decision making is not situational now, but it is also looking at the situation in the future as well. Whereas Mercury is what is practical now. Jupiter is looking at what is practical long term, but what is wise. So in a certain situation, Jupiter will help you make wise decisions. And Jupiter's placement in a certain house in the Navamsa will tell you whether you have the capability to be able to do that. Remember, a planet's placement in the D9 chart, in the Lagna chart, in your birth chart is about what you will face. But your planet's placement in the Navamsa is how you will act or react, how you will behave. So for example, Jupiter in the D9 chart may tell you whether you will face a situation where you will get a good opportunity. That opportunity could be a very beautiful looking, very good looking woman coming and telling you that I like you, why don't we hang out and all and see whether we have things in common. That is Jupiter in the D9 chart. So in your D9 chart may tell you whether you will F up the position, F up the situation. F up means F followed by 3 asterisks. You get what I am trying to say. Whether you will spoil, whether you will turn the situation into a bad thing or bad experience. So if you do something really stupid because your Jupiter is not placed well in your D9 chart, and if you don't even know that, you don't understand the position, what will happen? This very good looking woman comes and tells you, I like you a lot, but you don't treat the situation well, you say something stupid, you do something stupid, and you lose the relationship. On the other hand, Jupiter not well placed in the D9 chart may tell you, you may face a situation which may be a challenging situation for you. Maybe from law, maybe facing a notice, maybe somebody sues you, somebody puts an allegation on you. But Jupiter in the D9 will tell you how you will act or react. Will you be acting or reacting in a wise way in that situation? So if you just look at Jupiter's placement in the D9, it may tell you, oh, my Jupiter's place very bad, I will have a tough time, my life is spoiled. But if you understand the placement in the D9 chart, you will know that even in those situations, you will have a sane head, balanced head. You will be able to act wisely and extricate yourself out of the problem. And that's why the D9 chart is very, very important. How you will act or react or behave in that situation, which will either save you or bury you. So understanding the D9 chart is not enough. You need to understand the Navamsa very well, and also in situations, take the help of other divisional charts as well. Jupiter is not so much about numbers. Jupiter is about balance, and balance between numbers and instinct. Mars is your instinct. Instinctively, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I like. Rush into it. Is Mars. And that's why if Mars is very strong, you may get into things very easily, but you will lose the focus very quickly also. So Jupiter, which balances of the Mars energy, will help the instinct with wisdom. Mars is not the king. Mars is doing the work for the king, the sun. But Mars has to depend on a strong Mercury to help it with numbers, to help with the strategy. So Mercury, if it's strong, it will help you in a certain direction. Now, for example, the leadership placement or leadership planets in your horoscope are Mars, Mercury and Sun. These are the leadership planets. Mars can make you a leader, good leader, strong leader. Sun can make you a leader, strong leader, willpower, lot of authority, lot of responsibility. Mercury can make you a leader in a business, heading a vocation, heading a certain department, can make you a leader. But the other planets, specifically Jupiter, Venus, Moon and Saturn, are supporting planets. These are not leadership planets. On their own, they cannot make you a long-term, stable, successful leader. They can make you a leader for a short term, but long-term, stable leadership will not come from these planets. They need the help of either a Mercury or a Mars or a Sun. So Jupiter can be a very, very strong, wise counsel to such a leader. Now, if you have a strong Mercury or Mars or Sun in the D1 chart, but you have a bad Jupiter in the D9 chart, which means you will not be able to take wise decisions, because of which you may not be able to continue your leadership for long. You may be taken out of the leadership, you may be demoted, you may be thrown out of the company because you're not able to lead. But if you know your Jupiter is in a bad house, bad situation, bad dignity in the D9 chart, then you can take wise counsel. You can have 2 or 3 people, wise people who you depend on the wise counsel on. You can have a mentor who has been your previous boss, who you keep going to from time to time to seek wise counsel in certain situations, how to take decisions. Rahu and Ketu are the energies, strong energies of either helping you, push you, the dynamic, the nuclear energy that Rahu is, and Ketu is the absorbing energy, which are the karma done or to be done in this life. So they are not so much supporting planets, but they are the energy giving or energy absorbing planets. So Sun, Mercury, Mars, leaders, Jupiter, Venus, Moon and Saturn, helpers, supporters, giving able support to the leadership planets. So Jupiter being in a wise situation, in a good house, in the Navamsa is very, very important for wise decision making, long-term wise decision making, and hence understanding how Jupiter is placed in the D9 chart is important. Just rushing to your own timestamp and knowing only about Jupiter in the 5th house is not enough. For example, if you're not able to relate it to your placement in the D1 chart, you will not be able to understand the true meaning of Jupiter in the Navamsa. For example, if through the Mul Trikona sign Sagittarius, Jupiter rules any of the Dusthanas. So what are the Dusthanas? 6, 8 and 12 houses. So if Jupiter is ruling through Sagittarius sign, any of the Dusthanas, 6, 8 or 12 sign in the D1 chart, then its second sign, Pisces sign, is not very well placed in the D1 chart, except maybe a little bit for Sagittarius in the 6th house. If Sagittarius is in the 6th house in the D1 chart, which obviously means that Pisces goes into the 9th house, and this is more strong. This is for a Cancer rising person, where Jupiter is ruling Sagittarius through his 6th house, and then Pisces goes into the 9th house. 9th house is the house of gains, but Pisces, through optimism, you will be able to get money or gains, but it will not be so much through hard work or through wise counsel, wise decision making. So it is not the best of placements when Jupiter, especially for Cancer sign people, if Jupiter rules the Sagittarius sign in the 6th house, especially if Jupiter is not very well placed in the Navamsa. So if Jupiter, for example, let me put it this way, even if you don't tell me the placement of Jupiter in the D1 chart, but if I just know which are the signs Jupiter rules in the D1 chart, but through its placement or its dignity in the D9 chart, I can tell you a lot about the person, how he will act or react. Because Jupiter's placement in the Navamsa or any planet's placement is how you will act or react in a certain situation. Whereas in the D1 chart is about what you will face, not how you will act or react, what you will face. So I can tell you at least in good situation, bad situation, how the person will act or react because of the D9 placement of Jupiter. So it's important for you to be able to relate the houses that Jupiter rules in the D1 chart, which with its dignity in the D9 chart. Very, very important. For example, if Jupiter is placed, rules any of the Dusthanas through Sagittarius sign in the D1 chart, but very well placed in the D9 chart, then it shows that even in tough situation, you will rise to the occasion, you will do very well, and your wise counsel will help you expand career if it's in the 10th house, expand home, domestic environment if it's in the 4th house, expand your partnership, your relationship if it's in the 7th house, expand overall life, how you think if it's in the Lagna. So based on which signs it rules in the D1 chart and where it is placed in the D1 chart, combining it with the D9 chart is very, very important. If Jupiter it rules any of the Kendra houses or the trine houses 5 and 9 and then goes into the Kendra houses, even if it's not in a great sign, say for example it gets into Capricorn in the Kendra house in the 10th house, yet it can be a good placement. Now on the flip side, Jupiter is exalted in the D1 chart but debilitated in the Navamsa. People are very scared. Jupiter's got debilitated in the Navamsa. The placement of Jupiter or any planet in the Navamsa and debilitation is a pseudo-exaltation or pseudo-debilitation. I've already told this to you. In so many videos I've told you. So it's very important. The dignity of the D1 chart is more important than the dignity in the Navamsa. However, when you look at the combined dissemination of Jupiter in the D1 and the Jupiter in the D9, then it gives you an overall meaning. What it means. If Jupiter rules a certain sign and placed in a certain dignity and goes into a certain house in the Navamsa and in a certain sign. Now, I've already done Jupiter placed in different signs in the Navamsa earlier. So, you'll have to relate the videos together. Jupiter in different signs in the D1 chart, Jupiter in different houses in the D1 chart, Jupiter in different signs in the D9 chart, Jupiter in different houses in the D9 chart. So, you'll have to look at each one of them, combine, understand the dissemination and then understand it. If you're still not able to understand, if in the comment section, if you put this question that my Jupiter is placed, but be specific to the video topic. So for example, Jupiter rules Sagittarius in the 5th house in the D1 and Jupiter is placed in the Aquarius in the 10th house in the Navamsa, I can tell you a little bit about it. But if you add Jupiter is in conjunct with this, Jupiter is an aspect of this, Jupiter's degree is this, Jupiter is retrograde, if you bring all these combinations, then at a surface level, then you have, why do stop there? Then you have to look deeper and deeper and deeper. Then it doesn't make sense. Then you have to look at the overall chart. Then you need to go through a proper guidance, not just giving me 6-7 placements only of Jupiter with relation to other planets and then ask me the meaning. That's not the right way. Either if you just understand it superficially or understand it deeply, overall chart, overall dasha, transits, everything you have to look at it. If you have to really understand the planet deeply, you cannot do a mixed job. So superficial will tell you how it is. Through the comment section, I can always tell you, though it will not be a deeper meaning. So it's very important to know that how Jupiter's dignity in the D1 relates to the D9. On the other hand, if Jupiter is debilitated in the D1 chart, exalted in the Navamsa, so it's a pseudo-exaltation in the Navamsa. Don't be misled by that. It just means that Jupiter is slightly more comfortable. It has not completely lost all its power because it is debilitated in the D1 chart. So understand the dissemination well, understand its placement in houses well. For example, Jupiter's placement in a Vargottama placement, placed in the same sign in the D1 chart, placed in the same sign in the D9 chart, is a test, especially if it gets into a Dusthana. Jupiter in the same sign in a Dusthana in the D1 chart, maybe another Dusthana, but in the same sign in the Navamsa is a big test. It's a really tough test. Jupiter, which is Vargottama in the Kendra, is a boon. So for example, Jupiter is in Aries in the 4th house in the D1 chart. Jupiter goes into Aries, but the 10th house in the D9 chart is a big boon that you should be able to use your wisdom, your ability to be able to understand, look at the bigger picture and then take decisions. Jupiter is a big planet. It's a planet of expansion. It is a planet to see the bigger picture, to be able to see the overall perspective and then take decision. Don't go purely by numbers. It is like whether you should be able to take a decision, purely practical thinking. For example, you want to buy a house and you're looking at a house which is in a certain locality, because there the prices are going up, but you're getting at a very good price now, and there are a lot of amenities close by, and you're looking at the long-term perspective, you're getting a loan, and you have easier terms to pay. Whereas your spouse is saying, no, I want a house in some other area. That other area, the prices are not going up so much. It is not the best of localities, but she thinks she lives closer to her mother. Children's school is slightly closer, 10 minutes saving of going and coming. For example, she's more comfortable in the neighborhood. She already knows the hospital, the clinic, the beauty parlor. She knows many things. She is more comfortable in that place, and she wants to live there because she also has support close by, and you want to go about 15 to 20 kilometers away, because by numbers, by price, by increment, it makes sense. Now you have to decide whether you want to go purely practical decision, or you have to go with an emotional decision, which is wise from the wife's side, because she is going to stay at home. Now that is a wise decision maker who's going with the spouse more. Maybe he is also looking at within the locality that the wife is asking you to buy, there you're looking at which is the best buy for me. That makes sense. However, rather than dragging your spouse 20 kilometers away from a locality where she is most comfortable staying with, and she has the support, she knows people, she feels safe and secure, she has amenities around, she can give more time to the children, she has also support to look for the children if at all you are in an emergency. So what is a wise decision making? So these things are important when you're able to relate Jupiter's placement in the D1 chart with respect to the D9 chart. Then Jupiter's placement in specific houses in relation to the D1 chart is very important. For example, Jupiter in the Lagna in the D1 chart but goes into the third house in the D9 chart. Here is a self-made man. But if Jupiter is in the Lagna in the D1 chart but goes into the 11th house in the D9 chart, it means this man is for the masses. He is going to do something which is going to be good for the masses, a wise counsel for the masses, a wise person for the masses. His wisdom, his competency, his expertise, his learning will help the masses more. Jupiter in the third house can be a person who's working more for self. Yes, of course, maybe can be helpful for more number of people, maybe for masses, but it's more about self-made man who's working more for self rather than masses. So you'll have to understand and relate Jupiter's placement in the D1 chart to the D9 and to the sign. So friends, I'm going to come out with a video of Jupiter in specific houses in the Navamsa chart. However, please do see this video. Don't rush through only your timestamps, only your placement. And that's why I'm doing this video as an experiment, that if I divide understand the placement first before you go into the houses as two separate videos, then maybe it will be more useful for you, maybe helpful also for you. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, just reach out to me. The link is given below. Until some other time, some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.